Okay, thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm going to do a simple demonstration on how you can call to advocate for Brittany's Law. It's actually really easy, even though I know that a lot of people are intimidated by doing something like this, even though they do support it. But we need those that support it to please call. So I will show you how easy it is right now by calling and just doing a demonstration, and it'll be on speakerphone. So here we go. First one I'm calling is 518-455-5806, and this is Weprin's office. This is an assemblyman that's not supporting releasing Brittany's Law, which passed through the Senate yesterday onto the floor for the Assembly. So let's see how this one goes. Okay, we're on speaker. Hi, I'm calling about a bill that was passed through Senate yesterday. Brittany's Law 6609. So I'm wondering why it's not going to be released onto the Assembly.
Because the Assembly person is opposed to it.
Okay, but I want to know why they're opposed to it.
Essentially the concept of the registry, at least in ours, has been tested before for sex offenders.
Right. I've compared it to the sex offenders, actually. I'm planning the New York State Coalition Against Domestic Violence after you.
Right. And so the sex offender registry didn't really do much to deter sex offender crimes. It just made it a lot harder for convicted sex offenders to re-enter society.
Should we really be that concerned about them re-entering society if they're raping people? I mean, I've been raped and sexually assaulted myself.
Regardless of that.
I'm just saying that shouldn't even be a concern, really.
I know. I mean,
it's kind of nothing to me. Sorry, but
if we take that,
it's just they commit the crime, then they should take the punishment. So.
Right. But regardless of that, the registry didn't do much, if anything, to really deter sex offender crimes in the first place.
I did look up a whole bunch of statistics before I called you, and while it's questionable, it's more like we can't get accurate data because there's so many different factors that play into this. So we can't really say that it wasn't effective. We can't say that because statistically it's too hard to come up with an algorithm to give a correct analysis of Megan's Law. But we can't say that it wasn't effective. And it wasn't definitely not negative effective. So it's not like it's going to hurt anyone.
Yeah. Well, there certainly is a percentage of sex offenders who are absolutely completely reformed and would re-enter society and would never do that again.
Well, there's a very small percentage that it's a 2.5% or something after 5 years of incarceration that don't reoffend. I actually did look this stuff up before I called because I already knew kind of why he was opposing it.
And the registry is somewhat redundant anyways.
How is it redundant?
Because you can look up anybody in the entire United States on docs, and you can find if they've been convicted of a felony.
Okay, but if it's redundant in that sense, then why would it hurt to create something as one cohesive piece that's easy for everybody to use? Why would that hurt anybody if you're saying that it's redundant, we shouldn't do it because it's already available anyways?
Well, that's only one part of the reason not to do it.
I know, I'm just...
Besides the two other things there is something to be said about utilizing session time and committee time to maximize effectiveness and maximize ability to reform law. And if something is redundant, then it doesn't make that much sense.
It's not that redundant, though. If we put it in one cohesive, easy-to-use, organized list, like how Megan's Law is, with set rules and guidelines where people will know where to go to look up this information. I mean, I know of a mother that wouldn't have died leaving behind an 8-week-old child, and she just passed away last year because of a repeat offender of violent crime. So it could have saved her life.
Yeah. In all honesty, you certainly know more about this than me, so I can certainly.
Is there anybody that I can speak to then that,
I mean, at the moment, no.
At the moment, no. Can I get a call back when they're available? I mean, I have the rest of my life to advocate for this, so.
Yeah, sure. Can I have your name and number?
Sure. My name is Robin Powers, ROBIN POWERS, and my phone number is 716-200-7507. And I'm a I'm a survivor of 2 years from 28 years of domestic violence. That was a 2-generation cycle of sexual abuse, child abuse, and every other form of abuse in the book of my own family. So I was born into domestic violence and broke the cycle myself for my 3-year-old son. So that's why something like this is so important to me and why I have to support it.
Yeah, certainly.
So if you could just pass that information along, and if they could give me a call back today would be great. If not, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, I will certainly see what I can do.
I would really, truly appreciate it, just because, I mean, it's passed through Senate so many times, and the New York State Coalition Against Domestic Violence, their arguments really don't make any sense, and I'm planning on calling them next. But I know that that's why this particular assemblyman doesn't want to back this bill, is because, of the New York State Coalition Against Domestic Violence's ideas about it. But it just doesn't add up to me, because there's not going to be some kind of false security blanket that they keep talking about. Because let me tell you, after surviving 28 years, there is not enough security blankets, tea, herbs, or I don't know, me living across from a police station doesn't help me feel any safer. Let's see, my medication for PTSD doesn't really make me feel any safer. Yoga, I do that all the time. I'm actually an acrobat. Doesn't really help either. So there will be no lull of false security. That's one of their main things. So I'm sure that that's one of his main things too.
I will certainly pass all this along.
Thank you.
And I will try to get a call back.
Thank you. I would truly appreciate it, and thank you for your time.
Thank you for calling.
Bye. Okay, well, that actually went a little bit better than I thought that it would, because he was actually willing to take down my name and number, and hopefully someone will call me back. And when they do, hopefully I can get it on video. And hopefully when I listen to the video, you can hear what they said. If not, I will explain it in another video. But that was, that was a lot longer of a call than most people need to make. Most people just need to call the number, say, I'm calling in support of a bill that just passed through the Senate, Bill 6609, Brittany's Law, and give your name. And then sometimes they ask for your address. And that's it. And all the other calls that I've done, except for this one, this is like the magical call or something, because it just passed through the Senate. All the other ones just took me about 2 minutes. But that's an example of making a call to your, assemblyman to try to get something that you're passionate about on the floor. Because right now, for like the 7th or 8th or 9th year in a row, I'm not sure, since 2011, it's been passing every single year through the Senate with flying colors, and then it just gets stopped right here. Right now, we're at that moment where it just gets stopped, and they don't want to release it onto the floor. But thankfully, at least we do have other assemblymen that are willing to put it out onto the floor, but we need to get them to cut it out. So basically, now I'm going to call the New York State Department, or the New York State Coalition Against Domestic Violence, which really seems more like the New York State Coalition for profiting themselves, funding, lining their own pockets, and protecting the people that hurt those that are trying to survive. So that's the end of this video, but stay tuned because there will be lots more coming. Thank you.